Namaskar. Welcome back to another live, Thursday live. Hope you're doing fantastic. Me too. Actually, I'm very excited because, as you all know, my baby is coming in 2 days on Friday. So, really excited to bring literally another person to the world. So, hello everyone. Here I'm. Pleasure to see you, man. Thank you. Yeah, so what is going on with you guys? How is your life treating you? Let me know in the comments below. Where are you joining the live from? Um, and like I mentioned on the title, today I would like to share about what's happening in Windsor. What's the recent stats? What's the data look like? Um, how many properties sold? What's the average home price? How has it been behaving from last couple of weeks? So yeah, let's look at all those data. क्या हाल है भाई? First time joining, welcome brother. Still working 9 to 5 and crying, bro. You don't have to cry. I worked in 9 to 5 for almost 5 years, and it's a blessing actually. I utilize that 9 to 5 to get where I am. So make use of what you have. Like it's a saying, right? Like whatever the lemons you have to make lemonade out of it. And 9 to 5 actually helps a lot, especially in this industry. For if you want to become financially free with the real estate, and you want to get more leverage through mortgages, then job is 9 to 5 something that helps a lot. Munir, hey Munir from Toronto, Kitchener, Harris, welcome everyone. So let me share my screen here quickly, so I can show you guys some data here. So let me present my share the screen here. Share the screen. There you go. Okay, I think we're gonna see ourselves until for a quick second here. So, can you guys see my screen? Okay, I think I'm back to the screen. Really not need to talk to you. Yes, brother, more than happy to talk. I'm gonna put our contact info in the DM. So let me share the details here. Hope you guys see me. Just thumbs up, thumbs down. This screen is little confusing. Yes, perfect. Okay, sounds good. So here's what's happening in Windsor market. Again, you guys have access to that. I think, guys, I have to pause the video for a second here because I have a live deal going on. So you guys gonna hear my live negotiation. Hey, Albert. Good. How are you? They're solid. We already approved with CIBC. I can have my mortgage guy talk to you. He's a local guy. Yes, everything is. Both of them are IT employees, full time, making over 6 figures each. Yeah, they're in Windsor. Yes, they saw the property twice. I don't know if Sarah mentioned. I went. Yeah, I just went in like again this evening just to make sure everything, the property has everything that they're looking for. I know, if another 1,000 helps, let me know. Maybe I can change something on my commission. But my clients really love the location. It's a very the pocket where a lot of Indians love to live, and the opposite is my clients. They know them well, so that's why they really give their best. Okay, so if yeah, I mean, again, if there is like couple more thousand that you want me to do, I can talk to my clients. Maybe I can do something close to round figure. Okay. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah. Give me 2 minutes. I'll get back to you. Okay. Thank you. So the reason I took that call, guys, for you, just one, it's a live active deal I have to deal with. But number two, right now there is a bidding war going on, and this property, again, they under market the property. They got 12 offers. So we were competing with 12 people in the current market, because here's what I'll show you some dates. Like right now, the average home price is 523 compared, comparative to the peak time. We'll look at that in a second. So if you see, if you go through the data a little bit more, look at the full report. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. So this is what I look at it. What's the exact change from last month and this month? If you look at here, the average home price in August was 520, and now it's 523. So it's a slight increase, but the price has gone up a little bit. So again, what do you guys think? Is the market stabilizing already, or is the market has gone down, or going to continue to go down? Let me know in the comments below before I share my thoughts further. And in the meanwhile, I think I have to jump on a call quickly, um, with my clients. So you guys are in treat now. You're watching my live calls on what's happening in the market right now. But let me know in the comments while I'm making this call, what do you guys think is happening in Windsor market, or not only just in Windsor market? I think I'm seeing the same kind of trends across Ontario, where the market from August and September, actually it's kind of got better, because there were more buyers on the market and there were less listings on the market, and there are more bidding wars still. There are bidding war happening right now. So compared to last month, if you're buying now, probably you're paying a little bit more than last month. That's what I'm seeing. But what are you guys seeing right now? Let me know in the comments below while I'm making call to my client. Hey Rajneesh. Okay, so another call again. They were literally like just a couple of thousand difference between two or three offers, unfortunately. So he was like, is there anything that still you guys can do? They are leaning towards another offer, but I told him to call me if there is like 1 or 2 thousand. So he called me. Um, I was like, give me just few more minutes. Maybe if we have to make some more change, I, I was thinking round figure it to 10. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Chalo. Right. Bye. So you guys are on the live call. Hey Albert, I think we can do the round figure number if you wanna send it back, or you want me to send you. Yeah, but no more back and forth, right? Okay. Yeah, rest everything stays. Okay, sounds good. 10, 7, 10. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye. I think I'm gonna make a sale tonight. So wish me best, guys. Just doing a quick paperwork here while I see some questions coming in here. That is not true, Cons. Sir, I called today. Win City did not receive the calls. Oh, my bad. That actually I didn't expect. So let me put the contacts and send me an email, because my if my assistant haven't responded within the office hours, then she's gonna get fired. So I will make sure, if you're sending an email and giving us a call, if you don't hear back during the office hours, unfortunately they don't work during off the work off hours. but they will respond immediately and schedule a call either with me or one of my agent based on my schedule and my agent schedule. But I take responsibility. If you didn't get a call, I'll make sure you do. um, so just give me a second, let me put that in here, and also let me do some paperwork while you guys share what you think about the market currently right now. What do you think is going to happen in next few months, and how do you think the interest rates going to impact in next few months? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Yes, Ahaz, thank you for joining. We are just having a live negotiation on the call because, there was an offer presentation, and I was just sharing with everyone. Like, we got there was a listing on the market where my buyer was interested in, and that property was underlisted even from the current market value. This is another thing, guys. Like, if you're in the market looking for property, or if you're selling, listing under listing is interesting, because if the market value of a property is x, let's say 500,000, even right now with the market, everyone thinks that market is completely slow. But if you're selling, you better, instead of listing it over, you list it slightly below whatever the market you're in. Maybe get in touch with a professional, see how much their values are changing. But the properties that I'm seeing right now that are under listed than the current market value, not the last month market value, not the previous month market value. If the current month market value is 500,000, then list it for 490, 470, 450. That those type of listings are getting more showings. So if you're an investor, here's the trick: avoid those kind of properties. Because if you want to get good deals, if you want to negotiate on a price, then look for the properties that are overlisted, that have been on the market for that are been on the market for longer, that are don't have proper pictures, that poor poor listings, that have a specific closing date. Those are some of the tips that I follow to find motivated sellers, to find the listings under market value on the MLS. So, like we were just talking about the interest rates, definitely what we are seeing right now, based on what I'm seeing, what RBC's statements and all the big economists sharing their thoughts on the interest rate, what's going to happen, looks like there is a high chance for interest rate to further to continue to go up. There is a very high chance there might be another at least 50 basis points to increase. So if you're in the market, keep that in account, keep that, make sure you take that into consideration, so that you don't get into challenge of, hey, you bought the property and you have a variable rate and the went up. Now you should not be in a position to get worried. This is one of the reason why I always share on my channel most of the times, like, where, hey, that's why don't buy with every penny you have. Buy with, maybe, if you're a household, two people are working, make sure you can afford this house with just one income. Even less than one income is the better. Even better is house hacking. If you guys haven't watched my other videos about house hacking, go check out them. Because house hacking is a great way where you have additional income coming in from your own property. You have a basement unit, or an upper unit, or a side unit. You have 2 units or 3 units. You're living in one unit, renting out the other unit. This is what helps you to keep your expenses down and continue to be in that property and keep that property for long run. Because the people who is going to lose money when the market pops out, or whenever the bubble burst, whatever the people are talking about, or if the rates continue to go even crazy, are the people who cannot hold the property during this tough times. If you can hold the property for longer during these tough times, then absolutely you should not see much impact on you. Because we all know, over the period, the real estate cycles, it will continue to go up over 5 years, 10 years down the road. So that's what my goal, where I'm not concerned about my equity going down. To be matter of fact, in last 4.5 5 months, my equity actually gone down over $1 million. Yes, you heard it right, over $1 million. But I don't care because I'm not going to sell those. I'm going to keep them. My intention with majority of my properties, of course, few exceptions, majority of my properties are to keep them for long run. So if your goal is to keep for long run, if your equity goes down in certain time period, and we all know, like, haven't you seen this in 2008? Haven't you seen this in 1999? This is been happening again and again. It's going to go down and continue to go down. So that's why buy properties, right? Buy with an intention for long run. Buy with the less affordability price. You are not over leveraging yourself, so that way when the markets like this will not shake you. Love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What do you guys think is happening in the market? And in the meanwhile, I'm going to take a quick minute to complete this offer that I was negotiating. So you guys have to be a little bit patient with me. So here, let me do this paperwork and let me know what you guys think in the are you in the market to buy or sell? Are you just holding off? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments while I do this. I would say this is the realtor life. There are situations where you have to be available to make those offers or make those changes. Last minute things do come up as a realtor. My wife always makes stories on her post like, this is what happens if you marry a realtor husband. Of course, funnily. And she loves me the peaks. So don't get mad at me, guys. It's going to take me another one quick minute here, and then I'll be back to the live. I think this is the first ever live where I was doing going through the live transaction on the other side and doing the live. It's interesting to see. Sometimes you gotta be willing to do both. I know some people will be pissed off and logging off, but some people are still curious to share their thoughts. So I wish you be that person who share your thoughts while I'm doing some paperwork here, because that is a right away thing. Okay, here we go. Back again. Hey, Karan. Hello, everyone. Back. I'm back again. Yes. Sorry about the back and forth today. Um, but I wish you guys learn something here. Again, if you're joining for the first time, let me know any questions you have related to Windsor, related to investing, related to whatever the situation you're in that I can help with. Let me know in the comments below. So let me pop up your questions here. See if I miss any questions along the way. But I had one question. Can I list properties and ask someone with real estate license to close the deal because I don't have one? So Harris, that's exactly what realtors are for, right? If you want if you want to list your properties on the market, you need a realtor who has license. But if you want to sell off market yourself, that's a different story. So if um, if you're just someone who need a only help to do putting on the market, but you do all the marketing, you do everything by yourself, then probably there are websites like I believe what's they're called. um, Anyone can think of that company name that does like where you do all the work, they just only take care of the listing on the MLS. They just charge you certain fees like 500 or $1,000 or $2,000. There is like specific service. There are websites like that, so go do a quick Google search if anyone is aware of that. Let me know in the comments below. The company name doesn't come to my mind immediately, but there are certain services like that. And personally, if you're someone a busy professional, have a different skill set other than the sales, then personally I would not suggest you do by yourself, because selling seems very easy, but when you really involve, having a right professional makes a huge difference. Number one, you don't go through the stress that you generally go through. Sales is a stress process if to sell your property. And number two, you don't know the data. If you don't know the data clearly on what's the current market and how properties are selling, how much over asking they're selling, and what type of properties are selling, getting more interest, and how to present it well properly. If you don't have a solid connections with the staging and proper photographers and do a good social media job, then you most likely going to end up getting less price for your property. And I really mean it. For example, I'll give an example. We just sold a fourplex that one of my good friend who is a realtor from a different province. So he tried to sell by himself, because I said, like, initially when he told me the price, and he didn't want to pay any commission. So I said, bro, as a friend, I respect, and here's what you do: go post in this groups, do this way. He tried, and he couldn't get the price that he's looking for. And bro, if you're watching, please let me know how was your experience. And I took the listing, I did a solid reels out of it, and we got like 20,000 plus views and a lot of comments and a lot of interested buyers and a lot of agents who saw that from Toronto, saw the property and got their buyers and showed the property. So finally, even in this market, this is not a long time ago story, this is only a month ago. And I even just posted a reel about that same story. So we ended up getting 6 offers on that property, and we ended up selling almost 30,000 more than what he wanted off market. So he got the commission paid, and he had no hustle of negotiating with anyone, because I'm the middleman who is negotiating. So he just will be sitting in the background just instructing what he wants, pretty much like, nope, I want this, I don't want this, get me more, whatever. So now you're having less hustle and you still got the price, you're still getting better price than what you can sell. Because when you're trying to sell yourself, most likely the people who's going to look at it is the one who are investors, who wants to lowball, who wants to get better deal. um, so yeah, that's my thoughts. Again, anyone have a different experience, let me know in the comments below. I love to hear. Again, if you want to sell yourself, I love to help you as well. I have a seller guide where I try to do as much as details. It's on my website. It's wincityre.com, wincityre.com. Go check there on the website, you will see a seller guide. So on that seller guide, you will be able to see all the details on what you can do in order to sell your property and still get a best possible price, even if you sell by yourself. So check that out. Let me go through the comments here again. Great live experience. Thank you, Sahas. And those who don't know Sahas is actually the guy who is helping me on the marketing side. also who is a rock star now on Instagram, who went from 5,000 subscribers to 100,000 followers just in a month. So if anyone wants to hear that side of story, let me know with the demand. I'll bring him on live for future some future session. So if you're interested in that topics, let me know in the comments below. And Sahas, do you think the interest rates is going to go even higher? So great question, Sahas. I was just sharing that topic before. So there is a very high chances that interest rates can go up again. In on October 26th is when they're gonna see the rates, um, and after that, probably there is another chance for another one more rate hike. Then we have to see what they're going to talk about, the what's the RBC is going to come up with, sorry, not RBC, Bank of Canada, where they are standing at that point with the inflation, how much they would be able to control, or because it's all on the higher level terminologies. I don't want to sprinkle you with a super high level, but in simple terms, they want to review after every rate hike. So as of now, Bank of Canada is very serious about increasing it. Harris, can I list my property on my site and use someone else license to close the deal so I can do it? Um, so that's a different story, because you have to have someone represent you to sign your deal as a licensed agent. But if you're finding a buyer and you're marketing yourself, you don't even need a realtor. Your lawyer can do the closing. Just go talk to your lawyer, say, hey, look, I got the buyer, here's my buyer, here's the offer. Or even the lawyer can write all the offer for you, so you don't have to worry about that part. If you need someone to market, then you need a licensed person. Karan, hey Karan, is it variable to viable to become a real estate agent in Windsor? I got fired from my job as a graphic designer, and whole designing industry is too much competition and doesn't pay well. So Karan, I'll be honest. Here's what I'm hearing from your comments. You're thinking of getting into sales just because you got fired from your designing job. So if you're with that mindset coming into the sales, maybe sales is not the right thing. But here's what I'll tell you. The truth is any industry right now has lot of competition, including sales, including graphic developing, whatever. Everywhere there is lot of competition. There is 1,000 plus realtors in this city. There are thousands of realtors across Ontario. There are realtors coming from Toronto, coming from different places. But if you're someone would love to learn sales, would love to grow your real estate knowledge, who is willing to hustle, then obviously sales is one of the best way to go from completely zero or even minus, like me, to make over six figure or even seven figure income in less than couple of years, because sales has no ceiling. But it also required a shitload of work that you need to put in upfront, and there is no guarantee. There is no stable income or no guaranteed income. If you're willing to do that, yes, of course it's for you. I was looking into another job industry. Real estate is not a job, bro. Real estate is sales. Sales is completely different beast from job. Kindly explain burst strategy, sir. Hey, Bishop, I'm glad you asked. So, definitely, those who don't know what's BER strategy, basically, B stands for buy, R stands for renovate the property, like do some renovations. Another R stands for rent the property, like renting it. Another R stands for refinance. That means, because now you bought a property, you did some renovations, you already placed a tenant with a new rents, market rents, and now go to the bank and ask them to give you loan based on the current value of the property. So that means you refinance it and repeat the last R. So basically, I'll try to keep it in a simple terms in this on this live. But you can go check out my other videos where I talked a lot about Burr. I showed some of my properties. I run detailed numbers on every property. So in simple, when you're buying a real estate, you are putting 20% down, right? Generally. So you buy this property, let's say for 500,000, you paid 20% down, which is 100,000. So you got a mortgage for 400,000. And now you're just sitting in, you're not doing any burr, you're just sitting on the property. So now to get your 100,000, probably the market has to go up by itself. Just like how what happened in last 4 or 5 years, people who bought the property, no matter what they did with it, they bought it for 200,000, and the property market value went up to 300 or 350 or 400. So now they went to the bank, they said, hey, my value is 400,000, can you give me new mortgage? So now they appraise the property. If the property appraised for 400,000, now they're going to give you 80% loan to value, which is 480% is 320,000. So your initial property value was only 200. That means your mortgage was only less than 200,000. So you will get new mortgage for 320. So you pay your old mortgage from that funds, and whatever left over is your money. So that's how generally works. But with Burr, let's say you buy a property today, but with an intention to pull your money out within 6 months or 3 months. Because the regular route, you wait, and you don't know, it could be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, until the market goes up such a way that you have enough equity to pull your down payment out. But this burst strategy case, you intentionally went in, you bought a property that was under market value. That means the property value, let's say X, you bought it for X minus 50,000, and you bought the property that was not so good. So you made a new kitchen, you put new flooring, you did some renovations like light fixtures, whatever the renovations you did, you increase the property value from 500 to 800,000. So now you go to the bank and get the new mortgage based on the new value. And if your value appraised enough to take your money out, then they'll give you the money out. That's what Burr strategy is. So in short, you're recycling your money, you're getting your money out quickly within 6 months or 1 year. Generally that's the Burr strategy period, but due to the COVID, the renovation times are taking longer, but generally that's the timeline. And within 1 year you take your money out and you put it in another one. You repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So you'll never end up with having no funds to buy another property. So that's the general psychology behind it. If anyone have done that, let me know in the comments below. And also here is another tip. If you're a first time buyer, you never bought any property, and you want to do a burst strategy, hold on for a second. Think before you think of burst strategy. Because especially if you're a first time home buyer and you can move into the property, then there is something even fantastic called primary home buyer mortgage, which is for the banks will give you up to 5%, or depends on the price. If you're buying a property under 500,000, you can get with literally 5% down. So that means you're not putting much money into the property at all. And if you qualify, you can even get money for some improvements as well. So you don't even have to worry about taking your money out, because you pretty much put pretty much close to nothing in the project, which is only 5%. In a grand scheme, the 5% is very less. If you're putting 20%, 100,000. If you're putting 5%, 25,000. So you pretty much did the burr on the go. That's one thing. If you're a first time home buyer, you can focus on that. Let me know any questions on this topic. I'll be more than happy to touch on. Bro, Mary Bike, Deko question. I think I answered your question, Harris. Great experience, really great experience. Glad to hear, brother. Thank you. How can an Indian qualify huge Canadian loans for purchasing more and more properties? How can I start a real estate investor in Canada who has no peer? So, Bishu, first of all, if you don't have permanent residency, unfortunately in Ontario, there is something called foreign buyer tax. You have to put 20% tax on top of whatever the down payment. And if you're not even in Canada, you cannot even buy with 5% or 10% down. You might have to come up with 30 or 35% down. So if you are really someone with aspiration to invest from India in here, you need quite a bit of money, 30 to 50% down payment. So you need a deep pockets to invest. Or another alternative, you have solid knowledge about everything, and you have someone here in Canada who is your completely trustworthy, who can qualify for mortgages. Maybe you partner up with them, you be their passive investor. They take the money from you, and then you still get 50% or 40%, whatever the percentage that you guys deal, and that person will help you out with growing your portfolio. But in that case as well, mostly you need a good amount of capital to start investing in Canada, sorry. I want to start real estate with Win City. Um, are you a licensed agent? If you are, um, maybe I don't want to promise anything as of now, because I put a pause in hiring agents. Um, but again, if you're very well qualified, if there is something that I really love about you, send me a video, as a 1 minute video clip about you, why you want to join, where you're standing currently. Send me an email, info@wincityrE.com. um, I'll if I consider, I'll get in touch. Here is Craigslist is completely different. Craigslist is something you can market yourself. Hey Pritish, how are you, brother? Thank you for joining me. Usman, hey Usman, how are you? After a long time. Darshan Patel, hi Aditya, I've been watching your videos for a long time and have learned a lot from you. Thank you. Glad to hear. I'm a student in Canada right now and I want to get into real estate to learn real estate. Any tips? Great question. I'm glad you asked, Darshan. A lot of people have been asking me about this. So here's what I would suggest: start working in the real estate field part time. Or even, I heard a recent story. I don't know if you guys saw my last live with Mohit. This guy, when he was a student, he got into painting painting business with pretty much no money, very less money, few $100s. There are a lot of companies around in Ontario. They call student works or different names they have. And this business is completely like a sales business. You do door knocking, you do, and they train you everything. And you go from zero, making, this guy went from making zero to 30,000 in first year, and second year 60 70,000. And he learned a lot of solid sales skills. And he already saved up money for his literally the investment after he got his job and peer, just from that side hustle he started. So start doing those kind of side hustles where you will learn about real estate, where you will learn the sales skills, and you still make good money. But there is no guaranteed income there. You have to perform exceptionally well, then you will be able to. And it's not rocket science, especially if there are people who are willing to teach you, right? Or any sales careers like car sales or any other sales where you can get in and start making money, because the sales skill is something that will be a very powerful skill that you will be using even in your investing journey, because you have to be able to negotiate a deal for a good price. If you're a salesperson, you can negotiate that very well. And if you're in the sales business, you can make millions of dollars or even hundreds of thousands. So that will help you to buy your first property with the down payment. So get into some kind of sales instead of going for those part-time jobs that doesn't add any value for your resume. Or work for any investor, go work for them, do their renovations, or work with a contractor, do the painting job for them, or throw the garbage from the renovations. Get in touch with investors or contractors, or do the lawn moving. Now you can become friends with the homeowners. There are multiple ways that you can get into. You can still learn real estate indirectly and still make money, and good money too. I want to work for someone who is in real estate so that I can learn in detail. Yeah, that's another thing, right? go join networking meetups. And actually, that brings up a reminder. If you guys want to meet me in person, uh, I'm starting a networking event. The first one coming up on November 10th. Yes, November 10th. And I'm going to put the link in the description. So you guys can link in the chat and in the description. You can um, see all the venue details. It's going to be in Windsor at 7 p.m. So if you're interested, join me live, and you'll be getting a chance to meet other investors too, the local investors, other people who are investing in Windsor, and other people who are trades, because I know a lot of people who are property managers, mortgage people, insurance people, painters, contractors. I'm going to invite everyone. So you will be getting a chance to meet people. And of course, we can have some drinks together, have some fun time. Um, there will be some Indian snacks. It's going to be at my good friend's restaurant, Indian restaurant, because I love Indian food. I know a lot of you do. So it's going to be fun. Join me at this meetup. It's the link is in the chat if you're curious. Um, cannot wait to see you there in person. Rudrakash, what are your thoughts on self storage? Man, I've been looking into. I haven't. I don't want to claim myself as a smart person in this industry, the self storage side, because I haven't go deeper into it. I haven't bought anything yet. But I heard. I've been. I listen to a lot of podcasts. Right. A lot of savvy investors are actually getting into it, especially in US a lot. In Canada also, I have started to see there is a lot of demand for storage, especially if it's in a good location. So maybe dig more. Maybe if you know someone who is investing into storage, let me know. I'll bring them as a guest for live so you can ask all the questions. Can I come? Abdul, of course, it's welcome for everyone. Newbies, or anyone, if you're just wanting to learn, you already own 1 2 3 properties, you want to know how to invest multifamilies like me, or you want to know how to buy your first property, you want to do your first burr, whatever your goal is. If your goal is to achieve financial freedom through real estate, then you must come for this meetup. The link is in the comments. Archit, Abe, mortgage insurance, Dan Padit, hi. Hey Abe, mortgage insurance guy, thank you. Don't give wrong information. What's the wrong information, bro? Let me know in the comments. What do you mean by wrong information? I love to try to avoid as much as possible the wrong information. But if there is something you have concern about what I said, please let me know. I want to know, because sometimes that's exactly what I just mentioned. I'm not a savvy investor, or I don't claim myself a super smart in this industry. I've been last 5 years, and I share what I learned, what I'm learning, what mistakes I made, because I'm not a super smart guy. I won't claim myself that. I'm open to hear the feedback. So please let me know in the comments below. I mean, can I come to Windsor to meet you or your team? I live in Windsor. Of course, of course, of course, brother. I will put our website link in here where how you can contact us. And my assistant will schedule a call either with me or my team, depending on what times you're coming, when you're planning to come down. Because like you all know, now I'm expecting a baby, so my schedule is a little different. But yeah, love to meet you guys in person. I'm gonna put that in the comments. Anyone interested to learn about Windsor Market? This is Aditya Soma. I'm a lead real estate agent. You can click that link there for all the contact info. Talk about mortgage insurance, man. Mortgage insurance, if you're buying a 5% down, of course, you're going to have a mortgage insurance. So let me see the comment. 5% down isn't right way if you have to waste money on mortgage insurance. Archit, here is my personal opinion. If I have to go back and redo again, by no mean I will never put 20% down for my primary home. I would put only 5% down. Here is my multiple reasons. Yes, you're going to have a premium insurance. You can calculate on ratehub.ca. You can see exactly how much premium you're going to pay. But based on after that premium, If you're putting 20% down for a 500,000 property, you need to put 100,000. That means if you don't have 100,000 like me, when I started, I didn't have 100,000. I hardly had less than 10,000. So at that time in 2016 and 17ish, the first property I bought with less than, I think, $10,000. So I didn't have more than that. That means I just need to wait until I save up my money if I have to pay 20%. So I didn't do that. I just bought it with 5% down. Yes, there was a premium, but I had another tenant. I bought 2 units. I lived in 1 unit. Yes, I was cheap. I bought a property that needed renovations. I did some renovations and I got the money from the bank. Even I paid premium on that one too. I still say it's a solid decision because the same property, even with this market drop, by its value will be at least 300 to 350,000, and that property was 100 and less than 150,000. So with 5% down, with the $10,000 that I invested, the current value with 300,000, let's say I sold for conservative, very, very conservatively 300,000. After my realtor fees and expenses and everything, let's say I paid 50,000 for expenses, I still make 100,000. So my 10,000 made 100,000 with that 10,000. So that means 10,000, 1,000% returns. I would not be able to do that if I was worried about my insurance premium. The insurance premium is probably like, I think maybe 8,000 or 10,000. Again, don't quote me on that. Check on that ratehub.ca, do the calculations. That is over a period of time. I'm not even paying right away. I'm paying probably every month extra $50 to $100, something like that. But my property at that time was like positive cash flow, even with that premium, because I was living only in 1 bedroom unit. I was renting 3 bedroom unit. So if your goal is financial freedom, by all means, I would strongly recommend. That's my opinion. And I know some people don't want to pay the premium and ended up waiting for 5 years, 3 years, 4 years. If you're someone don't like to pay the premium and you want to wait for a few years, you don't care whatever happens to the market, then hey, by all means do that. That was not me. That was not my goals. I'm glad you brought that up. That's an interesting topic. Also, I want to know if the Abdul, you cut up the question, bro. Please ask again. Sairam, hi Aditya, finally here in Windsor as an international student. Thank you so much for creating so much inspirational videos. Thank you, bro. Glad to hear. Maybe make sure to join me at the networking event. We'll love to say hi in person. Waiting for the day when I will meet. Like I said, meet up. Love to meet you all. And here's the link. I'll make sure it's in the comments. I'll make sure it's in the description, in the video description, so you all can click and join, know the venue. Geared up for November 10th. Awesome, bro. Glad to hear. Hey, Usman, I gotta run. Amazing listening to you always. Get in touch with me whenever you have some time. Same number. Need some help with one of my property. For sure. I'm gonna throw that on my calendar. Glad to hear from you, Usman. Definitely. Let me put it on my calendar here to get in touch with you. Fantastic. It's in. As a realtor, if I don't put it on my calendar, it's gone. Because I think, I don't know if any realtor can connect with me. Anyone can, agree with me. Man, the more you get busier with the sales, even if you're just starting out, using the calendar is the damn best way to protect your brain, because the brain is like a processor. The more threads that are open, you have to remember about more things. The processor works more less speed. So the less tabs that are open, the more speed it runs. So anything that I have to do, if I don't throw it on my calendar, now it's running subconsciously. Oh, I have to call this guy. I have to. So that's going to get away, and it's going to make me not so impactful. So that's another tip. Use your calendar. I'm deeper into it, looking at raising 500K. Fantastic. If that's your goal, that's definitely would help you to get into a good projects. I have feasibility reports on 3 reports. Do you think anyone in the network would be interested? Bro, that's something, you got to meet in person people, get in touch with, what reports you're talking about, make some, throw some ideas about your ideas. see if anyone would be joining. If a person have a universal life insurance, is it going to make any difference before buying a house? So, my personal opinion, life insurance is going to help you and your family, but nothing to do with the house. But having a life insurance is definitely, I have a life insurance, my wife has a life insurance, my my parents have a life insurance. The reason is like, look, we all want a security net. If who knows what's going to happen? Knock the wood, I'm going to live for another 100 years. But you know what? You never know. Nothing is in your hands. If I have to leave, I don't want my wife to suffer. I don't want now my I'm becoming a father in 2 days, so I don't want my daughter to suffer, right? So I take life insurance for sure. I have that. And there are also another interesting topic when it comes to life insurance. There is a policy. It's called like infinity banking, that where you can have a life insurance and also you can still become a smart investor with that insurance. So someone interested more in that, search infinity banking. That's something that savvy investors do. Hi Aditya, I saw one of your video and came to know that now you are an official and some staff to work in this realtor field. Do your staff also need a license, or can they work under your license? So if you want to become a licensed salesperson, yes, you need to have license. But if you want to work as a admin or as a any position, then you don't need a license. License is only for people who wants to become a salesperson. And I'm just looking at my phone because congratulations to my buyer if you're watching. If not, I'm going to send you a congratulation call soon. He got the property that I was negotiating in the beginning of this live. So we got the deal done with the 11 bidding, or 11 offers on the table. So yeah, you don't need license for the regular work. For sales, yes. Is it worth to pay mortgage insurance on the house of over 500K? Archit, like I mentioned, that's what my solid opinion, bro. Again, at the end, every person is different. Your goals might be different from my goals. By with a heartbeat, I would still do the life insurance. The whole sorry, why am I going for life insurance? I'm going for the home insurance. The If someone doesn't understand what Archit was asking about, if you're buying a property in Canada for under a million, if it's your primary residence, you can buy for less than 20% down. Let's say you buy a property for, just for you guys, maybe let me share my screen and show you guys how much you have to pay the insurance premium, because I'm talking about that again and again here. So let me show that in here. So that way you also know how to calculate these kind of things. It will be helpful for you. So let me quickly share my screen here. Okay. Share the screen, Chrome tab, mortgage calculator. Here you go. So if you guys can see my screen here. So if you're buying a property under million, so let's say 900,000, you have an option to buy for 7.2%, you have an option to buy 10%, you have an option to buy 5%, 15% and 20%. So if you see here, the mortgage insurance for 20% down, you don't need to have an insurance. So that's not insurance for you, it's an insurance for the mortgage broker. So, sorry, the lender, mortgage lender. If you're buying with 15%, you're paying 21,000. And again, you're not paying this insurance right away. It's going to be integrated in your monthly payment. So you will pay this as your down payment, and your monthly payments will be here. Let me show just an example. Let's go with the highest possible interest rate. So this is going to be, if you're putting 7.2%, this is going to be your monthly payment. And if you're putting 20% down, because your down payment gone up, because you don't have premium, your monthly payment gone down by $800, give or take $850. So this is the link that I use to calculate any payments. Check out that. Make sense? Again, I don't get any referral payments from that redhub.ca. It's just a very friendly website that I use to calculate any payments, anything that I want to know. So 5% down, 25K. Yes, yes. You all those things. Like I said, again, it's your personal choice. Personally, if my goal is to financial achieve financial freedom, if I want to continue to invest, I would go with a as less down payment as possible and use the remaining funds to improve your property or try to roll up to the next investment property or next investments. You can buy stocks or different things that can produce you solid returns, or even you can private lend. There are people who will pay you 12%, 14%, 15% on your money. So why not leverage the mortgage and make better returns elsewhere? And of course, for that, you need to develop your knowledge, you need to learn more. So if that's your goal, if your goal is to achieve financial freedom, then do the way I've said. And of course, do your research. I'm not a financial advisor by no means. I'm just a random guy on YouTube who learned something, who is sharing what I know. And you do your own due diligence before you make any decisions. You're doing a great job, Aditya. Thank you, Asmat. Glad to hear. Please let me know if anyone from the network would be interested in investing in self-storage in US. The deal is way more profitable than even multifamily acquisition. So Rudrakash, again, send me an email to my info. I'm happy to look into it, and I put the email in the chat. Archit, it comes down to the opportunity cost of waiting, not doing anything for several years while trying to save the down payment and renting. The money paid in rent is lost and you miss on your market growth. Love it. Thank you, bro. You put it in a very short form. That's why I love you always, Stan. But I all mean the way to pay insurance company, isn't it better to make more down payment? Again, Archit, that's your personal choice, bro. You want to make someone rich? Go ahead and do it. If you want to be rich, if you want to make millions through real estate investing, if you want your money to grow, this is what we think. If that's your opinion, stick to your opinions. My suggestion, don't take a mortgage insurance, take a life insurance instead for that amount. That's an interesting one. I think the mortgage insurance, Azmat, they're talking about is if you're paying less down payment. I know which mortgage insurance you're talking about. Yes, I don't take that insurance as never, because every lender offers you additional insurance on top of, even if you pay 20% or 30%, whatever the down payment, they offer you mortgage insurance. So I never go for that insurances. I always go for life insurance instead of that one. I agree with you, Azmat. That's a greater. But if you're paying less than 20%, that insurance is something you cannot avoid. It's from CMHC or Genworth. Those companies will insure the lender, not your mortgage, not your money. If you are insuring your mortgage through the lender with the additional fee, that's something personally I would not recommend, because I would rather go for a life insurance. That's when I did research about life insurance, because life insurance will cover your whole life instead of just that one property. Mortgage insurance only covers that particular property. So that's a great point, Azmat. Thank you. Yeah, guys, it's already 8:02, and time just flew. It's always like this. Whenever I get all these questions lives, I feel like so lively answering your questions, because that's something uh, I'm blessed to be doing. Love to hear more questions from you guys, and love to see you at the networking event, because many of you have asked me in the past, want to meet me in person. And again, I'm extremely sorry if I haven't got in touch with you on the calls or any meetup, because the time is so limited, and there are only certain things we can focus on, and my brain is also so limited where I can only focus on certain areas. So that's why this meetup is a great place now to meet. We can meet in person, we can have drinks together, we can take some pictures together, and love to see you in person. So click the link in the comments. I'll put it in the description as well. I'll comment on the first um, comment, so you can click on that. I'll pin the comment where how you can come to the networking event. It's a Eventbrite link. Just go. It's a RSVP. Of course, you have to be registering for the event to join us at the event. So you have to show the confirmation that you registered for the event. So with that, thank you so much, guys. It's a wonderful session again, and I hope you enjoyed my live call with live dealing on a transaction. With that, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And I'll be seeing you guys later after I became a father, because by the time I do another live, I'll be father. So I need your blessings to have my baby healthy and to have my wife healthy. So, they all come out healthily, happily. So, with that, take care. Have a good night.